Hey everyone, today is our last day in 4ER, and yesterday we picked up Building Health, and today also picked up Mines. Still rocking Heavy Zooks and Sparky, and we'll check out a few hits. Now what we might start facing as a 4ER are those 5s who rushed ahead, went for rocket choppas, and facing those is almost like an instant loss. Choppas are just way too strong on 4ERs when there's no boom cannons. But it'll only take a few days for us to get there, and then choppas can't really work then. But right now hoping we match some 4ERs and doing some good hits. But this is at one base where we like going half from the right side, half from the left. This one is scouting for a few mines, maybe do a shield once you get there. But it's really just dropping heavies on both sides, same with Zooks, and Sparky on the left side. Usually once this first half goes down, then we can do one flare. And trying to save a bit of GBE, like don't really need any shocks in the beginning. Because the more GBE you save, you can do some critter swarms and shocks for the back end. So just watching these guys go. And maybe a shield on the right side, but it looks okay. So maybe until those two flames on the right go down, waiting just a few more seconds. And at least in this space, we're going to do that one flare on that side. Because even though we have troops from either side going, we have GBE for a bunch of shocks. And we get one more on this side, a bunch more critters. And maybe waiting a few more seconds, want the ER on the right to go down. Then we'll send that last flare. Maybe do one more shield. So still aiming for those 250 times. And see if it's okay. Hopefully our building health should help out. Especially against those art players. But it looks like this one, gonna be okay. And even though it took a while to develop into this max 4ER meta, it'll only take a few more days to get max 5ER. So I think it shouldn't be too bad once you move forward. Especially since as we get boom cannons, then things like choppas, they stop working, and Zooks are back on top. But here we got a 5ER, got a doom cannon already. And these bases aren't too bad, actually like using rifles instead. You can do 3 rifles and 5 Zooks. And we'll just delay one for the left side. Sometimes we don't need it, but can always help out. And we'll do Sparky on the right. But even though the left, there is a bunch of boom mines, you can do maybe 1 rifle and some shields later. So we'll get 3 rifles going now, and then only 4 Zooks. Get Sparky on the right side. And especially just shocking the machine guns and micro. So getting 1 shock right there. And then just waiting a few seconds. Maybe get some of Sparky's critters out. And now just doing a few shields on the left side. You can afford 1 shock too, especially for those mortars. Because even though normally those mortars, they don't one-shot Zooks, if they're amped up, then they kinda do. So we have enough Zooks on either side. You maybe even want to shock that doom cannon, protect those few Zooks hitting it. And right now do that Zook on the left side. Enough buildings died where you know it's gonna go left. Otherwise got a bunch of critters over there. If you get lucky, some split off anyways. But I think as a safety measure, still delaying that one boat. Now it's just a matter of time, waiting the Zooks on the left and right side. We can't really flare since you have 2 engines left. But in this 5ER may be getting a decent time. This one pulling at 243. Still slower than the average 4ER, but we'll see right here. And in this one, gonna be a win. And some good stars too. And how are you guys liking this meta? Heavy Zooks, it's been a while since we really had this. But I think it's almost like back to basics, more simpler kind of hit. And in this base here, can maybe do just 1 heavy Zook on this side, same on the left. And honestly, they should have a natural split. We can even do just 1 heavy Zook on the left, and then everyone else on the right side, keeping Sparky left too in case we need her critters. So we'll go ahead and do something like this. And especially on these 4ERs, maybe as we keep going there's more different bases. The main idea is finding a good split with your troops. Because whenever you have 2 ramps, that's what you want to try to find. And whether that's dropping different combos on either ramp, or you can do a flare if things get weird. Like here, they're gonna maybe meet in the middle with the snipers, but I think most should go on the right side. And if they don't, we can kind of force them there. Let's do one shock on the left. It looks like a fair amount did go on the right. So get some shocks going on that side. Even though there's only a few cannons, heavies can still die pretty fast. Get a shot going in that micro. And maybe we'll start flaring in just a few seconds. Just watching the left side. Get one more shock right there. And then the final flares. Get one shield for the machine guns. And as that one engine goes down, flare the last one. All with one more shock. So just trying to find those good splits and getting a 250. And since we got building health, haven't really seen any players with artillery. So really helping us out. Here we got another 5ER. This one's a pretty nasty one. Full on compact, already got boom cannons. Maybe one sign is he doesn't have too much offense, like maybe he skipped a hero or something. But here we can try taking 2 heavies, 2 rifles, and 4 Zooks. Still using Sparky's Critter Swarm because we only have her level 1. Later we might have her to level 3 or 4 so we can start using her bomb stuff, really helping on these compacts. Otherwise, remember to shock that laser early, and then maybe that Doom Cannon later on. But to start, we can go ahead and do 2 heavies and 4 Zooks. Get Sparky going too. And that first mortar, we don't really have to shock, we can just do a shield after a bit. And really watching that laser range. So maybe shock it right there. Again, better safe. And no shield just yet, but for some mines, get that going. And make sure we start taking the rifles. We want to delay them a bit, so got some more meat shield later in the hit. One more shield for some other mines. And maybe just one more shock on that laser. Because then all the other GBE is shocking that Doom Cannon, bunch of splash next to it. The rifles are kind of lagging behind, so we can do a critter. And starting those other shocks. Kind of sucks with these undercover rifles, they're not even visible until they start hitting. But waiting a few seconds, starting some distraction, and shocking those machine guns, Doom Cannon once again. So it's really, as long as you delay those troops, we have enough Zooks on the back end. So waiting a bit more, do some more critters. Since all these engines are kind of next to each other, you can kind of just let them go. Get one more critter out. This 5ER, getting 237. And even going forward, looks like only Zooks can get through these kind of bases. But on this one right here, gonna be more than enough. And that's just enough stars for 18, so getting that chest. And even if 18 is too difficult as a 4ER because we didn't match a single Rocket Chopper player, it still is a bit lucky not getting those matches. But either way, once you go 5ER, Doom Cannon, still gonna be okay to try to defend them. And worst case, we'll get GBE boom cannons, and by then those choppers should be really tough to use. But upgrade wise, we already got a bunch of defense maxed out, our last main one is snipers, and starting a bit of upgrades on Sparky. Because our goal is again level 4, just to let our bomb stuff do a bit more damage. Otherwise, waiting for 5ER, and the last day of 4. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.